Once upon a time, in a small village nestled amidst rolling hills and lush greenery, there stood a majestic banyan tree. Its sprawling branches reached out like welcoming arms, offering shade and shelter to all who sought refuge beneath its leafy canopy. For generations, the villagers had gathered under the banyan tree, seeking solace and wisdom from its ancient roots. But for one young girl named Leah, the tree held a special place in her heart, a place where she would sit with her mother, listening to stories of the past and dreams of the future. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting golden hues across the sky, Leah would curl up at her mother's feet, her eyes wide with wonder as she listened to tales of far off lands and magical creatures. Each story was a journey into another world, a world where anything was possible and dreams were free to roam. But it wasn't just the stories that enchanted Leah. It was the sound of her mother's voice, soft and soothing like a gentle breeze rustling through the leaves. It was the warmth of her mother's touch as she brushed away Leah's tears and whispered words of comfort in her ear. Under the banyan tree, Leah felt safe and loved, wrapped in the embrace of her mother's love. And as the years passed, the bond between them only grew stronger, deepening with each passing day. But one fateful evening, as Leah sat beneath the banyan tree, her mother's voice grew faint, her words trailing off into silence. Leah looked up, her heart pounding with fear, and saw her mother's face pale and drawn. With trembling hands, Leah reached out to her mother, but it was too late. Her mother's eyes closed, and her breathing slowed until it faded into the stillness of the night. In that moment, Leah felt as though her world had shattered into a million pieces. The banyan tree, once a symbol of love and laughter, now stood as a silent sentinel, its branches heavy with grief. But as Leah grieved for her mother, she found solace in the memories they had shared beneath the banyan tree. She remembered the stories they had told, the laughter they had shared, and the love that had bound them together. And as Leah looked up at the banyan tree, its branches reaching out like guardian angels, she knew that her mother's spirit would always be with her, watching over her from above. For under the banyan tree, Leah had learned